Hi everybody, I hope you're doing good. I want to take a few minutes now to talk about something called solution conversations, which is the way that I talk about the business and the way I'd like be great for you guys to talk about the business. I think it's a really effective way of connecting with people. What tends to happen when people get excited about anything, excited about a new project, but particularly something like this, like Freebird, is they get so excited, they meet somebody that they want to get involved in the business, they think the business will be great for them, and they start the conversation by saying how great Freebird is, how great the opportunity is, how great the tea is, how great all of that, blah, blah, blah. And the person's kind of overwhelmed, and they might be on the phone, they might have five other things going on in their head, they might have a whole bunch of stuff going on in their life. So the conversation doesn't go particularly well, and they kind of nod politely and go, "Oh yeah, that's nice," and then leave. The way I explain that is, imagine if you're standing by a river and you see somebody swimming down the river, and they're having a whale of a time, they're enjoying themselves, they're kind of doing their fun call, everything's beautiful. But you see, 100 yards up the stream, you see a crocodile slip into the water and start pursuing that person. And the person can't see him, the person's swimming along, everything's great, they've got water in their ears, they can't hear anything. You start shouting at the person, but the person can't hear you, they don't know what's going on, they're just swimming along, they think, "I'm crazy guy shouting at me on the bank, carry on, keep swimming." So you dive into the water, grab the guy, and start pulling him onto the bank. The guy freaks out, he's like, "What are you doing? Are you trying to drown me? This is nuts, get off me, you lunatic," and starts shoving you away and starts wrestling with you, but you know there's a crocodile coming down the river and it's getting closer and closer. So you're trying to wrestle with this guy, trying to say, "There's crocodile," and the guy says, "No crocodile, I can't see anything." That's the way that people feel when we present a business to them without first getting to know them and understanding what is going on in their lives. If you've taken time, I mean, it's a bit difficult with a guy when a crocodile's about to be eaten, but if the guy understood that there was a crocodile coming down the river trying to eat him, he wouldn't have needed you. He would have come straight out of the bank. You reached out a hand, he would have grabbed hold of your hand without any questions asked and pulled himself onto the bank. That's the way we want to present this business, which is the way when you go through the video with people, the way we start off with the video saying, "What's going on in your life? Are you financially free? Do you have enough money to put your kids through education? Do you have enough money to retire? Do you drive the car you want? Do you holiday where you want?" We go through a whole range of things because we don't know when you're showing it to somebody what it is that triggers with each individual person. What is it that sparks something in somebody? So when you meet somebody and have a conversation, show them the video, what I do first of all is I ask about them. I try and find out what's going on in their life. How old are they? Do they have kids? Are they married? Are they retired? What is going on in their life? Where are they at? And then I start asking them about what they want to do, what they want their future to look like. I was chatting to a young guy in his early 20s who couldn't care less about retirement. He's like, "Whatever, not interested." And I was talking about the business, retirement, not really interested in cars, not particularly interested. Kids education, he's not married, no kids, nothing, no prospects on the horizon, not really interested. But when I talked to him about travel and holidays and going around the world and doing things, his eyes lit up. He's like, "Yeah." And then it's like, "Well, actually, if I did this, and I could spend 6 months in New Zealand snowboarding, then come back to the Alps and do it there, and I could spend my whole time just traveling around surfing and snowboarding." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what you can do with this business." So I found out what it was that was his trigger. What was his problem that he needed a solution to? Because Freebird is a great solution, but you've got to find the problem that they have in their life. If you don't find the problem, you're just trying to give them a solution. You're trying to save the guy who doesn't even know there's a crocodile coming down the river. So you've got to help find their problem, and they probably don't even know what their problem is until you start talking to them about it. So I always have a conversation with somebody and say, find out what is the problem, what is their dream, what do they want, is it a college education, is it whatever, and then find out what it is. And once you've got the problem, then we tailor the presentation to solve that problem for that individual. So if it's travel, if it's education, if it's retirement, whatever, then we can have the conversation with the guy. So what I do is I find the problem, have the conversation, have the questions, ask about their life, be involved in them, be interested in them, genuinely interested. Whether Freebirds are the right fit for these people or not, still, but these are precious people, so still be interested in what they're talking about and they deserve value anyway. So have value on there. Find out what it is in their life, and then ask them a direct question and say to them, "Is your current circumstances, your current situation, can you achieve what you want to achieve? If you keep doing what you're doing, can you retire early or whenever you want? If you keep doing what you're doing, will you be able to pay for your kids to go to college? If you keep doing what you're doing, will you be able to drive that Porsche, Ferrari, whatever it is you want?" Excuse me. If you keep doing what you're doing, will you be able to holiday and travel and go and see family in far off places around the world? Will you be able to do that? And if they say yes, awesome. Find another problem, because nobody's got enough. nobody that you'll meet will have enough. So find another problem, until you find a problem that they think, actually, I can't afford that. Well, great. We had one particular lady that she's retired, her husband's retired. Actually, they have plenty of money, but her children didn't. So this became a way, potentially, for her to help her children. So great. So that's the problem. Fine. We'll angle the solution into that. So what we then say to them is, okay, so if your current circumstances can't meet that, how much money would it take to do what you want? I mean, how much is enough for you? Is £500 enough for you to, like, if you did £500 enough, is that enough for you to retire? Is that enough for you to go travelling? Is that enough for your new car? Whatever it is it 1,000? Is it 2,000? Is it 5, 6, 8, 10,000 pound a month? What is it? Get them to say a figure to you. So say it's, okay, £2,000. Right, okay, so you want to earn an extra £2,000 a month to change your circumstances, to quit your job, to do whatever. Okay, so we've got the amount. So how much would you need? £2,000. Great. Next question is, how many hours a week are you willing to work to get that £2,000? A couple of hours a week, 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. Are you prepared to do whatever it takes to get that kind of return? Whatever it is, get a number off them. Even if it's 1 hour a week is all I've got, we can work with 1 hour a week. We can do that. As long as I don't want £20,000 in 3 months for 1 hour a week. Unrealistic. But if you can help people be realistic and they only got 1 hour a week or 10 minutes a day for 6 days a week, we can work with that. We can put a plan together that will help them do that. So how much do you need? How many hours a week are you able to do that for? And how long are you willing to work to make that happen? So if we could say we could get you a plan together, you could earn your £2,000 and you would work 4 hours a week. Are you willing to work for 18 months, 2 years to make that a reality? Are you willing to work for 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is? Get a figure. So then you've got the amount of money they want, you've got the amount of hours a week that they're willing to work, and you've got the time frame they're willing to do it in. And then you do the closing question, which is, if I could show you a plan that would get you X amount of money for X hours a week for X months, what's stopping you? And then wait for the silence. And if they say nothing, fantastic. If they give you another objection, that's fine. The great one, the one I keep bumping into time and time again is busyness. I'm too busy, my life is too full. My life is too full and I'm too busy. Well, the great thing to that is, do you know what? The reason your life is too busy and too full is because you're not doing this. So you need to make some changes. I keep saying to people over and over again, if you keep doing what you've always been doing, you will get what you have always been getting. So busyness is a great opener for you to say, if you keep doing this, paint your future. What does your future look like? Show them the problem. I use it as this example. I used to be a debt counsellor, and people used to hate talking about money, particularly people in debt, because they knew they were in trouble. So I used to say to them that currently you are standing in a dark room and there's a light switch on the wall, and you don't want to turn the light switch on because you know there's a lion in this room. And if you turn the light switch on, you're going to be able to see the lion. But what also is in this room is a door out. But we can't see the door out until you turn the light switch on. So when you turn the light switch on, you can see the lion and you can see the way out. So when we put a spotlight on it, we can get you a way out. But here's the bad news. If you don't turn the light switch on, that lion is going to eat you, because that lion will eventually find you in the dark and will eat you. So whatever happens, you've got to turn the light switch on, or you're going to get eaten by the lion. At least if you turn the light switch on, it is scary, because you see the problems, you see the fact, you own up to the reality that actually I can't provide for my kids' education, I can't drive the car I want, I can't holiday where I want. That's an uncomfortable reality for people. But we give them a plan and say, actually, if you do this, we can show you the way out, and then you can transform your financial future. You can be financially free. So that is Solution Conversations. Don't present the business to somebody until you have identified the problem that they need solving in their life. Once you've identified the problem that they need solving, then you can present the business to help meet that problem that they have in their life. Once you do that, you'll have people all over you, because people want the problems in their life solved. Fantastic. Solution Conversations, go for it.